This is Rais by Gore Williams, and you're watching the Chat with Chaps live show.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
You can fucking say that again, Mikel. Welcome to the Chat with Chaps live show. I'm your host, Joe Zampa, and tonight this is an emergency live show that we're bringing to you. I've got two fantastic co-hosts. First of all, the Sicilian godfather himself, the Angelo Miliotto. How you doing, Angelo? You all right?
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
It's an absolute disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
I don't know why.
What the fuck is going on, Mr. Zappa?
I don't know, Mamma Mia. It must be. It's not good, is it? It's a bollocks.
This is fucking ridiculously bad.
It's
Mr.
a fucking shit, isn't it? It's a shit. Are you, Angelo? You right? You good?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Let's get it all off our chest tonight and get off therapy. Let's get off therapy.
This is therapy. We're giving free therapy to all Millwall fans that want it. They can get it to tonight. Good to have you on, Angelo. And then underneath yourself is the one and only our Northern correspondent, Ben Green. How you doing, Ben? You good?
I'm all right, mate. I feel like, do I have to do a Northern accent or something now?
Yeah.
Can't live up with that.
Do your Liam accent. Go on.
All right, our kid.
There you go.
That's about as much as I've got.
have you come back down off the edge at the moment, of the ledge of your windowsill? Have you? You're all good.
Just about.
Just about. Good. Well, we'll talk about player performance individually shortly. But look, first of all, guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Please also like. It all helps with the algorithms. And as you know, anyone who's new on here, all the money we make for this channel, all the proceeds we make goes to Cancer Research UK. So you can do your bit just by liking and subscribing. I want to go to the comments. It's building up very, very thick and fast. It's going to be a busy night tonight. So first through the door is Cole Bracey. How you doing, Cole? John, how are you, mate? John, so generous. £10 donation from John. Hope you're good, mate. Hi, chaps. Fortunately, missed yesterday's game due to flying home early. Be interested to hear the feedback on catch up as visiting my granddaughter. Hope Cecilia's doing all right, John. Hope she's improving, mate. And our love and thoughts are with your granddaughter. Hope she's okay, mate. Evening, Jeff, friend of the show. How you doing, mate? How you doing, Oscar? Good to see you. Tom, how are you from Holland? Good to see you, mate. Lewis, how are you, mate? You good? You changed your profile picture. There you go. What a legend. Husey, how are you, mate? Hope you're good. Chris Brown, hope you're good, mate. Hope you're well. Good to see you there, Tom. Colin, good to see you. Andrew, good to see you as well. I'm going to fly through this. We've got loads of people coming through. There's already about 100 of you in the live. Leslie, good to see you. Dave, hope you're well. Hope you're good, Andrew. Evening, James. Evening, George. Hello, David. There we go. Got loads coming through. Looking forward to this one. So are we. Okay, I think we're there. Chaos Luke, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Any new ones there? We've got Harry. There you go, Harry. There you go, Andrew. Arteta in Spanish, not Italian. No, that's right. I was taking a Mickey out of not taking Mickey, but we're writing Angelo. He's Sicilian, so we're doing the old Sicilian accent, weren't we? Rob T, good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us. There you go. We've got quite a few come through. I think that's everyone, to be honest with you. Borg, Elite, even gents from the Earl of Surrey. Jason, good to see you. There you go. Loads of you in. Right, I think that's pretty much it. Alex S. Oh, just sneaked in before the bell. Well done, mate. Mark, good to see you as well. Lovely stuff. So, guys, before we continue, just want to wish our leader, Chris Chapman, all the very best in his recovery. As most of you know, he had surgery today. It was a penis enlargement. He's now got a full 6 inches instead of 4 inches. So make sure you have fun with that, Chris, if you're resting up. I know you're watching the show, mate. So, hope you're well. Hope you're improving, and can't wait to see you back, hopefully doing your post-match analysis on Saturday following a lovely win at the Den. Guys, yesterday we lost 4-0 to Coventry. There's no sort of nicer, sprucer way of putting it. Really, it was dreadful, wasn't it? It was really bad. Angelo, do you want to start us off, or what's your thoughts on the performance?
Do we want to just talk about? You want me to just talk about yesterday's game for now? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about individual kind of players and changes, whatever afterwards. But yeah,
not
just
the first 8 games. We're just concentrating on yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about the rest of the games afterwards, but just for now, just look at the performance. Yeah.
Yeah. So I rate Coventry very, very highly. Yeah. I sadly, I always back Millwall to win, but I did feel that we were probably going to get beat last night. I'm trying to be a little bit glass half full, but it is very difficult because we were doing okay. We started okay. And then the big problem that we've got is that when our golden boy Crama made that horrendous mistake, it seems like I think this happened in the Joe Edwards era where our heads go down at home, and then we just can't dig ourselves out of a bad situation. So obviously, if Crama doesn't make that error, we might go into half time at 0-0. You don't know what might happen. It's a crucial moment because, especially at home, we just cannot recover from going a goal down, mate. And as soon as we go goal down, I expect us to lose. Funny enough, away from home, we've gone 1-0 down twice and come back to snatch a point, but. At home, when you look at our home record, scored one. Was it a fluky free kick or was it a bad goalkeeper? That's our only goal in 4 games at the Den, which is supposed to be one of the most intimidating stadiums in the country. We're one of the best supports in the country, which has disappeared. The home
and not even in open play, was it? Like you say, it was a free kick. Yeah.
And mate, we've let in 9 goals. It is horrific. And when you look at it, over the first 4 games, it's horrendous, mate. And listen, credit to Coventry. I thought they were fast, they were athletic, they were strong, they were aggressive, and literally they just took every chance that come along. And yeah, we gifted them a couple, didn't we, mate? And just a horrendous night. And what worries me more is. It's more than last night. It's can these players handle the pressure of playing at the Den, mate? Because unless they sort this out, this could continue, mate. And it's not good, Joe. It's just, I stayed right to the end last night, and to see the Den empty like that from 81 minutes, it's quite soul destroying, mate. It literally was like a fire drill, But just horrendous performance. I just felt. There was no fight. There was no Millwall battle. There was no Millwall aggressiveness. And then you think, oh my God, did we need Saville? Did we need a Hunneman? They just capitulated, mate, and it was embarrassing. But credit to Coventry because I think they were superb, mate, and they basically punished us proper. So
they were, and to your point, Angela, as well. I mean, they were 3-0 up, and they're still busting the gut to get forward and overlap and try and score more goals, weren't they? They were hungry for it and up for it, and you just feel if it was us the other way around, we were 1-0 up, we'll just be sitting back. We might try and catch one on the break, but we won't go gung-ho like they did. They were really, as you say, they were athletic, they were fit, they looked fitter than us, they looked faster than us, But I appreciate what you're saying. Let's go to Ben. Ben, what's your thoughts on yesterday's game? Obviously, you watched the game live from the comfort of your armchair, you lucky sod. What did you make of the actual overall performance? Was it as bad as what people say, or do you feel that we took a bit of a hiding?
I don't know. I don't know if it was as bad as people have said, but it's the first. I tweeted last night. It's the first time I've got worried watching us under Alex Neil, and I don't know if that is a collective of all the recent results, and obviously the result last night sort of was the cherry on top, but. By the way, I'm by no means sitting here and questioning Alex. It was the first time I've been concerned since he's been manager. It wasn't that bad because, like Angelo said, that mistake from Crama doesn't happen. We go in at 0-0. We actually started off the second half really well, and we should have equalised. But something I'm about to talk about, our lack of quality and decision making when we get into the final third is embarrassing at times. And I'm not going to dig out a certain player because I do it every week, but the whole squad, we get into the final third and collectively, I don't know how we always seem to make the wrong decision. The only bit of quality that we actually produced in and around their box in their final third was Billy's pass into Negley in the first half, where everyone thought he was going to shoot and he just slid it round the corner. And
great pass.
Negley actually completely bottled that, by the way. He thinks he's going to get smashed, and that's why he just toe pokes at it and hits it quickly. He thinks the defender's going to come and wipe him out. If he has a touch, he probably would have been tackled if he had a touch. But anyway, the lack of quality, mate, is concerning. The goals we've conceded defensively were just a joke. They were so bad, so weak. Just, as I said, mate, as a collective, the most I've been concerned since Alex Neil's been in charge from a defensive standpoint, because all the goals were soft, and going forward, toothless. Look, we didn't look like we would have scored in a month for Sundays last night. And just touching upon something else that Angelo mentioned as well, I put it in the group earlier. The games now being on telly midweek have completely killed clubs like us, because for people who were ever umming and ahhing about going to games in midweek, they now have a really easy decision. Like, I live in Manchester, so it's a bit different. But for local people that would used to go to all the games because they weren't on telly, it's an easy decision now. You can say what you want about Sky. I said it 5 years ago. Me and my dad spoke about it. It's completely killed midweek games. And for clubs like us, where it used to be boisterous, the atmosphere was bouncing, it'd be near enough a full house, it'd be buzzing. You won't get that now because the game's on telly and it's easy to make a decision and not go to the games.
But it's interesting to say that, Ben, because it's not just about paying to watch Millwall. A lot of season ticket owners don't attend midweek games. Like where I sit, there's a lot of regulars that I know very, very well there. And there's a few of them that I just know they won't go for a midweek game. They'd rather watch it at home. And they've paid the ticket already.
That's my point, mate. But it's an easy decision, right? When it wasn't on telly years gone past, you kind of have to go, right? If you want to watch us, you have to go. But I just, as I say, it's something I spoke to my dad about years ago. I think it's going to completely kill smaller clubs, i.e. clubs like us, that need bums on seats in those sorts of games. No,
I have to completely agree with you. I mean, I don't know what they can change there, like whether they...
You can't, like, from the club's perspective, mate, they'll want the money. And listen, it's just the way things are going. But it was just to touch upon Angelo's point there. The atmosphere was dead. It was soulless, wasn't it, last night? It was... It was dead.
Again, a bit like yourself, Angela, I was there... I think I was one of the last ones to leave, only because I had my dad with me, and unfortunately he's a bit disabled, he can't sort of walk very far and stuff like that. So I said, look, we'll wait till the end, wait till the crowd leaves. And of course, I'm watching the Coventry fans singing Super Frank Lampard and cheering him, and it was just a painful experience. But fair play to, I think a lot of guys in the chat just said there as well, Coventry, fair play. They're a good team. They've done really, really well. They played very well. I think they will be challenging for automatic promotion this season. Let's have it right. They've got quality throughout their whole team, the whole 11. And I think we were taught a footballing lesson. But more importantly, what I can't accept was that lack of appetite, that lack of aggression, determination, the will to win. We will talk about the players, and we will, go through and dissect all the players' performances yesterday. But just one player for me that stood out as the only one that actually wanted it and looked up for it and hungry was Del Boy. He's a 20-year-old, French-speaking, can't speak English, but he seemed to care more and understand more what it meant to the fans than any other player on that pitch yesterday.
And Billy Mitchell.
I was about to say,
Billy Mitchell was until he tired. Second half he wasn't quite the same player. But you're right, he got stuck in and he tried his hardest as well. But throughout the game, he looked, again, my dad, he's an Arsenal fan. He doesn't come to watch Mill, but he sat there, he watched it, and he said the best player there was the young kid, number 49. He said, which is Del Boy, and that's from somebody who watches Arsenal week in, week out. So it's a lot of the players got to look in the mirror and say to themselves, look, have I done enough? Could I have done better? And I think a lot of them would answer, if they're honest, saying no. They really did.
I think just to that point, Joe, I think we're all the same, right? I think any football fan is the same. You can always take losing to a much better side, but what you can't take is being outworked, out-muscled, out-fought, all those sort of basics, and even more so from a Millwall side, right? We just don't accept things like that. And one thing we definitely were last night was outworked. Even 2-0, 3-0 down, Coventry was still the ones busting the gut, like you said earlier, 3-4 players flying forward. I don't know if they just thought they were just getting on the action because Bender's going to chuck one in for them, but they're things you can't accept, right? And they're worryingly now, that's a sign of concern to me when things like that start to happen.
Yeah. Again, it's hard. When you see other fans' perspective, like, again, my dad's an Arsenal fan, he go to the Emirates or whatever, and there was a break we had in the second half, and then he goes down the right-hand side, and he sort of cuts in, and he sort of turns and plays it back. And my dad says straight away, he goes, well, not be funny. Negley, yeah. And my dad said, well, not be funny, but he's making a break there. There's only one person in the box, which is Ivanovic, and it was surrounded by about 5 or 6 Coventry players. So there was a lack of effort, desire from our midfielders or our wide men to get into the box. In the first half, it was first half, there was an effort where a ball came over from the right-hand side. And I remember at the time, Joe Bryant having a go at Marku for not being at the back post. And he kept pointing at him and shouting at him.
There was actually 2 balls that Amaku put in as well. One in the first half, fired it across goal, no one was there. And in the second half, in the first couple of minutes, fired it across the 6-yard box. Again, no one was there. And
that's the difference between Coventry and us, the fitness levels. When they attacked and they put balls in the box, they had 4 or 5 players in there. When we had those chances, we had 1, maybe 2 players in there, surrounded by many Coventry defenders, Another thing my dad kept picking up on was why we keep playing it back, he said. The ball goes to Wes Harding or Ryan Leonard, and they get the ball, play it back to Crama. Crama will play it back to Cooper. They kept playing around the back 4 all the time.
That's a lack of confidence, mate.
They couldn't play it through. Then they had to play it through the middle, It was just poor, poor, lack of confidence, lack of belief, lack of everything, And again, we will talk about the players individually in a moment. But the team lineup, we started with a kind of 4-4-1-1 formation, if you like. Harding in goal. We had a back 4.
Harding in goal.
Harding in goal. He might as well have played. He might as well fucking played in goal.
Yeah, he might have done better than Bender.
He might have done, I tell you.
I like that idea. I'll get him in goal.
Bender in goal. Harding right back. With Crama and Cooper at centre back. Joe Bryan left back. We had Marku. We had Mitchell. And Del Boy in the middle with Negley on the right. And we had Kundal on the 10 behind Ivanovic. So I guess, should we start from the kind of the back going forward? I mean, what was your thoughts on Bender's performance?
Joe, can we just start on your favourite player this season that didn't play last night, Luongo? I think that was a huge miss last night.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think with Luongo, he does bring that leadership, and we do lack a lot of leadership in that team at the moment, and he does bring that. He's tough in the tackles. Mentally, he's very, very mentally strong. He can galvanise the team. He leads from the front. When he puts big tackles in, everyone seems to kind of follow. And I think we lacked that kind of desire, determination in the midfield. And, in the earlier days, I used to say he's not fit enough. He can't play 70 minutes. Well, he has got fitter and he has proved he can do 70 minutes. He could do 80 minutes, 90 minutes even now, So, again, big loss not having him. Was it an injury, the reason why he was left out of yesterday's game?
I'm sure I read somewhere he was rested. Maybe it's just one game too many. I think he was rested.
Was he? Yeah. Possibly. But I'll tell you what, let's not go in order. The elephant in the room for me personally is why on earth was Ray Spangura Williams sitting on the bench and not getting on, having any sort of time, any minutes whatsoever. Now, we will talk about Alex Neil's post-match interview where he kind of talks about this, but you've got a guy here, a young lad, who against Crystal Palace played against Premiership quality players, ooze class, ooze quality, ooze confidence. The Palace players were actually scared of him, backed off him. and he stepped up to the plate and he looked absolutely brilliant in that game. Before that game, he played against Charlton. He comes off the bench, changes his game, scores 2 goals, one of them being disallowed, of course, and keeps that 29-year run going. How does he get repaid? He gets dropped. Doesn't get any minutes. He's got barely any minutes since that game. And then yesterday doesn't get played at all. I'm not being funny, but put yourself in his shoes at the moment, right? Imagine yourself as a young 20-year-old player that's fighting for your opportunities to prove yourself. You get your opportunities, you prove yourselves, and you still don't get picked to play. And you're competing against all these big players, supposedly big players that are coming in. How do you motivate yourself week in, week out in training, in games coming on, to do your best, to work your bollocks off, to do what's right for the team and for the fans, and you do that and you still don't get picked to play. You don't get any minutes. That for me was absolute piss take. I know you brought on Langstaff to go 4-4-2, but Langstaff did very little. When does he ever? He runs around. There's no real connection between him and the rest of the team. He done right against Norwich, but let's be honest, that's the only thing he's done right in how many games when he scored that goal. But instead, he plays him instead of playing Resman Guru-Williams. I just really, really don't understand it. It's just beyond me how Alex Neil, and I hate calling Alex Neil out because I think it's too early to be doing this, but his player selection, call it man management, what you want to call it, how can you do that? He's playing a Marku every fucking week. Now, some of us can say, you know what? Fair play, that's great. You're being persistent. You're giving them game time. You're working them. You're encouraging. You're allowing them to develop. Brilliant. But you're doing the same for Negley as well. And neither of them are improving. And how many minutes have they got this season? How many times they've been picked to play? How many times they've been starting? And what have they given us? Goal contributions. Very, very little.
The RBW one for me, mate, is the biggest head scratcher of them all. It's not like Alex Neil hasn't seen him, right? He played.
But Ben, Ben, sorry to interrupt you there. They play Kundal on the 10. If you don't want to play RBW on the wings, you're playing Kundal on the 10. That's done fuck all for us in the 10.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And that's what I'm saying. It's the biggest head scratcher for me. I don't need to talk about my admiration for him and how good I think he is and can be. I just don't understand how he's not getting any game time in this side. And you've called a couple of players out there, and rightly so. Amaku, no goals, no assists. Negley, I'm very, very, very quickly losing patience with him. Luke Kundal, as I was about to say, it's not like Alex Neil has not seen RBW. He basically played every minute for him at the back end of last year. Was it because he was forced to, because of the injuries that we had in the time of the year, all that sort of thing? Maybe. But sometimes when that happens, a player then creates their own space in the team because of how good they are. And he was that good last year. We've unearthed a gem, and I just don't know what's happened in the off-season or to now for him to not even be getting minutes off the bench. I can't get my fucking head around that one. He's, for me, star boy, and I just don't get it. I really do not understand it at all.
I can't either. And like I said, how can you give so much time and minutes to one player of a similar age that, let's be honest, isn't cutting it at this level? If you take the pace away from him, what else you got? Not a lot. And I've been a big fan of him, Marco. I like him, Marco, and I want him to play. I want him to do well for us. But let's have it right. He's had more than enough opportunities now, and his decision making still poor.
Joe, can I just say something about him, Marco, though, mate, right? One thing where I have to back him, mate, yeah? It's not his fault. He ain't got no assist.
Isn't his fault? Of course, it's not his fault.
Because last night, like Ben said, he put 2 brilliant balls across, right? And our shit fucking off-form strikers couldn't put the ball in the net, yeah? And they weren't there anticipating it. He put that brilliant cross across for Coburn against Swansea. Again, wasn't strong enough, but great clearance from the Swansea defender, yeah? So I can't really have a go at Imaku for not getting assists because he's created chances, mate. He has created chances.
I'm not having a go at him. I'm not having a go at Angelo. All I'm saying is he's been given opportunities.
Yeah.
So why is he been given those opportunities? Why have they been given opportunities but RBW's not getting opportunities to play. But yeah, every time RBW plays, he creates something. He scores. He does something. You know, can you imagine if he was given the equal game time as a Marker and Negley have been given this season, and he'll get better and better and better? How good he would have been by now.
He was carrying an injury for a few games, wasn't he, mate? Yeah, he
had it, and then he had to pre-season. He had to kind of get his fitness levels up, so he wasn't quite right. But come the Palace game, his fitness levels are good. He hit a purple patch. Why you should play players on form? If he's playing well, he's on top form, and he's oozing confidence. You fucking play him.
My opinion on RBW, yeah, I agree with Ben. He is by far our most talented footballer. There's no question about that, yeah. Last season, the assists that he was making for Ivanovic were, you know, that basically they got people saying, who is this young kid? You know, is he the next Essay? This season, I thought against Crystal Palace, I thought he was okay. I don't think he was brilliant, mate. I thought he was okay. But
he was okay against Palace.
Against Crystal Palace, I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was brilliant.
RBW.
Yeah.
He controlled the game. He's playing against Premiership players, and he got on the ball and he controlled that game. He slowed the game out. He picked the passes. He pulled everything together. He come collecting the ball. He looked so comfortable on the ball. And he's passing and what he was doing. It was incredible.
Where I was more impressed with RBW, mate, is against Charlton. He's come on and changed the game, mate. Completely changed the game.
He played a different position, didn't he? For against Palace, he brought in. He changed into the midfield too. Yeah. When who went off? Who went off against Palace? Someone got injured, didn't they? Someone got injured,
Kelly,
and
Kelly.
That's it. And he came off from the wing and went in the middle, and that's when I felt his game just excelled.
He was good, but I was more impressed against Charlton because he literally come on, changed the game, mate. You know, scored the goal that was disallowed, scored the other good goal, and he was getting mixed in. What
in that 10? Yeah.
What pisses me off? He should be with that little cameo that he done against Charlton. He should be a starter the next game, mate.
Yeah,
and we haven't seen him. We've not seen the kid anymore, have we?
I think he might have had a few minutes against who was it we played against the last game? I think he might have had a few minutes, but he hasn't played Watford. That was it. But he hasn't played a lot, you know. And again, you think about the chances we've had at home, the chances that we had yesterday, the half chances. If those fallen to Bangor Williams in the box, he would bury those. He would finish those, you know. I just don't understand it. And again, I'm going to bring some stuff here, which I found today on online. So Southwark News, Will Scott, although whether you guys seen this, he's got an article up here. Of course I do. Millwall boss on why Race Bangor Williams did not come off the bench against Coventry. Alex Neil explained why Race Bangor Williams stayed on the bench in Millwall's 4-0 loss to Coventry City. Bangor Williams has made 3 league appearances off the bench this season, scoring a late equaliser against Charlton Athletic. He also started 2 Carabao Cup ties, most recently against Crystal Palace on September 16th. Neil named him on the bench against the Sky Blues, but opted to bring on attackers Femi Aziz and Macaulay Langstaff in the second half as the line shifted to a 4-4-2. The Scottish head coach was asked if he thinks a 21-year-old is ready to impact games at championship level. Yes, of course I do, Neil said. I think he's ready. Just for tonight's game, I went with an extra forward at the top end of the pitch. Femi came on, so my initial change was to put Idemo wide and Femi wide to try and get down both sides of the pitch.
But we only made 4 subs. That's what I don't get. I get the sentiment to that statement, but we made 4 subs. We're losing 4-0. Like I don't.
Exactly, and I thought with 10 minutes to go. I mean, the subs we made, he put Aziz on for Cundle on 64, Langstaff for Remarque on 74, Leonard for Harding at 74, Smallbone for Mitchell 74. He could have easily at 80 minutes put Race Bangor Williams on, but then I guess if he's gone 4-4-2, he wants to go 4-4-2. He doesn't want to change it up anymore, does he? But and then it ends off here.
What about taking off Negley then as well? Sorry, man. Yeah. I'm just trying.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't get.
It's true. That was a great opportunity. To be fair to Negley, he played better second half. He looked like he was more up for it. He seemed a bit more. Do
you know the thing? Just on Negley, Joe. There was that chance when he went through in the second half, and there was not half a fucking ounce of me that had any faith in him getting beyond the defender and getting into the box. I knew exactly what he was going to do. He was either going to get caught because he's too slow, or he was going to stop and cut it back like he did. There was like, when he got through, I was just like, this is the worst person on the pitch you could fall to. I don't understand how he's got no pace. Like, he's not quick.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
He's so slow. That chance, again, I hate using my dad's example here, but I'm just taking because I sat next to him. When that chance went through and we figured, that's it, he's through, even my dad said, Jesus, he's slow, isn't he? Like, how slow is he? I was like, yeah, I know. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Yeah. I don't understand.
I'll cover that later, Joe, when we talk about recruitment, about the slow and because I've got a big issue with that, mate. Really have. Oh, I need to apologise, mate. Yeah, because Charlton was before Palace, so he done brilliant against Charlton. Then he got loads of minutes against Palace, and then after Palace, we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Three games, we haven't seen him.
Well, no, I think he did come on. He did come on against Watford.
Yeah, but a couple of minutes. That's no good.
Yeah.
Mate. Yeah.
No, he hasn't started any games. That's the point, you know.
Yeah.
And again, my argument is Negley's starting all the games. And so is Marku, but not RBW, you know. It's crazy. Anyway,
I understand what you're saying about Negley and his pace, but I actually did think he was our best player in the second half yesterday. He actually came out with a little bit between his teeth.
He was good.
In the first half, mate, in the first half, he created a good chance where he's cut back, crossed it over. Kundal couldn't reach it with his head. And you know, he had that shot right at the death where it hit the post. I thought he was better, but I agree with Ben. The guy's got no pace, mate. He's got no pace, which is you know not his fault. You know, it's our recruitment team's fault, mate.
The thing that I don't get, Angelo, is that we did the interview with him, right? And he said his favourite role is out on wide left, but I don't think that. He's very good technically. We can see that, right? Obviously, he scored his free, but he's very good technically. He's either got to play in the 10 or he doesn't play out wide, because the way that we play, it just doesn't suit him. Because when we get in those positions, we counter-attack, or he's the one who is through on goal in that position, he's just going to get caught because he ain't quick enough. Like,
I agree.
He's got to be in the 10, I think.
Agree. 100%, mate. 100%.
I agree. But again, if you've got a choice of playing him in the 10 or Race Bangura-Williams in the 10, who would you pick?
Well, yeah. I mean,
personally, I think Race Bangura-Williams creates more, scores more. And it's not like he hasn't played in the 10 for us, Negley. He's had a few chances to play there. That one chance, that shot that hit the post. Okay, very unlucky. It hits the keeper. It could have gone back in net. It didn't. It goes off for whatever it was, a goal kick or something, or corner.
But again, even with that, Joe, he's central. Right? What he needs to be. Yeah. Do you know when we used to talk about Fleming and we used to say his best role will be a centre forward? It's between the box. Look at all his goals in Holland. He scores. They're between the box. Negley is that player. I'm not comparing him to Fleming, but I mean, he needs to be in between the 18-yard box, and that's where he's going to affect games because he's got good technical ability. He doesn't need to be quick in that position. He can just rely on his.
He hasn't got the pace, has he, Ben? He hasn't got the pace and the dribble to
not to play out wide. Not to play out wide. I don't think he can play there.
Joe, I genuinely believe, mate, right? Nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight, but I get in the feeling, looking at social media and all that, if Alex Neil does not start playing Bangura-Williams pretty soon, he's going to hear about it from the fans, mate. I'm pretty confident because it's coming. It's not just us saying he's got to play. It's all over the place, mate. Why is RBW not getting any minutes, mate?
Yeah.
Right? You know, give the kid 3-4 games on the bounce. Let's see what he can do. You know what I mean? If he don't perform, fair enough. Take him out.
Yeah.
Give him a proper run. Don't give him 2-3 minutes here and there, mate. That's
exactly. But you know what's crazy?
Like I said earlier, Angelo, the thing with that, it's not like Alex Neil hasn't done that. He's done it all the last season, and look how much he produced. He was so good when he got game time.
Exactly.
That's the thing that's frustrating me. It's not like Alex Neil hasn't seen this kid, right? He's seen him. He's seen what he can do. He's seen his attributes. How many goals and assists did he get towards the back end of last year?
Exactly.
Nearly everything we did or Ivanovic did came from Bangura-Williams.
From Bangura-Williams, you're right.
And that's what I don't understand. It's not like he hasn't seen the fucking kid. He has. And I just don't. I can't get my head around it.
I mean, we saw him against Palace, and we're making comparisons between him and Roman Esse. He looked fucking levels above Roman Esse. The fans were saying, Bangura-Williams, he's better than you. And I know there's a bit of banter, but it was fucking true. It was true.
God, do you know what? Since that game, I think Esse's been locked in a basement somewhere, mate, because he doesn't even make this job anymore. No, he's gone. He's finished.
No, exactly. You know, but look, let's talk. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we all feel strong about Van Williams, and I think you're right, Angelo. I think fans are going to be calling for us. Everyone's talking the terraces at the moment. They're also behind me, shouting out behind my back. Where's Van Williams? Get Van Williams on. They're all asking for him. But for some reason, he don't want to fucking play him. But yet he's happy to play Marku, who makes mistakes all the time. I agree, he does get a couple of chances sometimes in the box. Neckley doesn't look like he's doing much, Next one I want to talk about is Caleb Taylor, another player who's not really getting picked to play. Now, to your point, Angelo, he played against Palace. He absolutely marked Roman Esse out of the game. He didn't give him a sniff. Everyone says, but he's slow and blah, blah, blah. He's not, he's a bit like Cooper, and that's probably why he doesn't want to play him. Again, when we look back at some media stuff here, let me just bring that up for you guys to look at. So, again, another, sorry, I'm going to remove this comment here because it's in the way. Millwall head coach on why player of the season so far, Tristan Crama, has been playing at centre-back. He mentions here, Alex Neil called Tristan Crama Millwall player of the season so far and elaborated on why he's using him at centre-back rather than right-back. Crama, 23, was signed by the club as a centre-back in January, but shifted to the right after a spate of injuries in the position. The Frenchman impressed while playing mainly at right-back last season, a position he had little prior experience in, started the first 2 league games of the season in the same role. Since Japhet Tanganga completed his move to Sheffield United, Crama has partnered Jake Cooper at the heart of the Lions' defence, while Ryan Leonard and Wes Harding has played at right back. Mill signed centre-back Caleb Taylor shortly after Tanganga's departure, and Nils asked after his side's 4-0 loss to Coventry whether he considered starting Taylor going forward and moving Crama back to right back. This is interesting now. Tristan Crama, this is what Neil said, Tristan Crama so far this season has been our player of the season in my view, hence the reason why he's in the team. The guy next to Jake Cooper has been mobile. So what he's saying is there, previously, the guy who plays next to Jake Cooper is the mobile guy. So that's normally Japhet Tanganga, yeah? So he can take care of that whole side. We push our right back really high up the pitch, and I think that Tristan and Japhet are perfect for that role alongside Cooper. So what he's saying is, because Cooper's got limitations and he's not quick or mobile, he needs a fast centre-back next to him, a Japhet Tanganga or a Tristan Crama, to kind of compensate and also allow our right back to push high up the pitch. So that's the reason why he's playing Crama there. Now, I'll carry on here, just finish end this bit off. So that's why I've plumped for Tristan Crama to be there, as it affected us in terms of Tristan playing right back. Yeah, but I've got to try and find what I believe is the best partnership. So he's carried too much about the partnership at the back too. He's almost sacrificing that right back, the attacking right back, to allow a player to play alongside Cooper, is what he's saying. So I don't know what you guys make of that.
Right, I've got a big thing on this, Joe, please, mate, if I can have a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
right?
Of course,
so,
yeah.
Right, so this is my view, mate, right? I've got on my other screen here, I've got the league table, yeah? We have played 8 league games, okay? Now, in them 8 league games, in my opinion, we might have had a good 20 minutes at the beginning of the Middlesbrough game, maybe a good 20 minutes up at Norwich. Apart from that, we've had no good performances in the league, right? So, in my opinion, we have not played well, not even one game in the whole league. Now, there was one game I thought we were exceptional, and that game was Crystal Palace, mate, yeah? Now, what did we do against Crystal Palace? We put Crama in the middle, right? We put Taylor next to him, and then we put Grant the other side, right? Yeah. What I would do, mate, is sadly I'd remove Grant, put in Cooper, yeah? We've then, who else had an unbelievable game that day? Mr. Zach Sturge, because he was boring up and down, up and down. So we had 3 solid defenders, centre halves, yeah? Now, obviously, Chris Chaps has been banging on about we need a right back. in January, we need to go and buy a speedy right back, yeah? But for
100%.
now, we could do this, mate. You could put Sturge in the left back, and then you could switch Brian to right back, right? Have Caleb Taylor, have Christian Crama, and have Jake Cooper, and then you've got the two flying guys going up and down, like Coventry did yesterday, yeah? So they're flying up and down, and mate, I reckon that team there would work so much better than what we're serving up at the moment, mate, yeah? I strongly believe you've got to get your good players and you've got to find a system where you can play them all, yeah? So even if it means we have to flood the midfield with Billy Mitchell, Bangora Williams, Luongo, the good players. Like, do you remember Man City? They played for a while with no striker. They just had loads of midfielders, and they were banging in goals left, right, and centre, mate. And I strongly believe that Caleb Taylor, like RBW, needs to come into this team right now. I don't want to see him drop Cooper, and mate, I just don't believe he's going to put Crama at right back. So if he's not going to put Crama right back, play all three of them, and then let's have these flying wing backs, mate, and flood the midfield with our skillful players, Bangora Williams being one of them. Aziz is coming back, which is great. And I think that's going to be more exciting. We're going to have more chances, more people in the box, Joe, more people in the box getting on the end of chances. And I strongly believe that's our only good performance this season, and we haven't tried that system again, which blows my mind. Why have we not tried it again?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what you guys feel, mate, but I think that's the way that we should go, mate. We should play all three of them at the back and have the flying wing backs, mate. And if we have to switch Brian for 2 months till we buy a right back, let's do it, mate, and get Sturge on there.
Or, I know Ben's going to speak next on this, or the other solution is Crama's been so fucking effective on that right-hand side. For me, Kamal Grant hasn't put a foot wrong. He done excellent against Coventry, scored against Coventry, played brilliantly against Palace. Put him on that right side.
Put him on there,
Put Cooper in the middle. Put Caleb Taylor on the left. And you've got Sturge on the left-hand side, or Joe Bryan. I'll choose Sturge in a wing-back role. And put Crama as a right wing-back. I mean, how good would that be? We know Crama's got end product. Sorry,
we created loads of chances against Palace, mate.
Yeah, I know we did.
And they couldn't get the ball off us, mate. Like there was that Nunes. Yeah. Is it Nunes? That right there left back, like Sturge between us, mate.
Oh, made it look silly. Yeah. And how was Sturge rewarded after that performance?
I know.
He was dropped. He was dropped as well, wasn't he? Yeah. Sorry, Ben, over to you, mate.
No, I don't disagree with anything that Angelo said there. I think our best performance this season has come when we've played 3-5-2. The only issue I would say is, just going back to this, just to work through it quickly.
Yeah.
So I 100% agree with Alex Neil saying you need someone mobile next to Cooper. So that begs the question to me, why have we then signed a Cooper-like centre-half and not tried to sign either a right-back or another mobile centre-half?
Absolutely.
If they don't think Caleb Taylor can do that, why have they then signed a Cooper-type centre-half? If that's what I'm getting from what he's saying. He's saying that Cooper and Taylor are too similar. That's why they can't play together. But why have we done that?
With that point, Ben, and I wasn't at the fans forum, but a lot of us know what happened, what was said. Apparently, he was asked about a right back, and he said he doesn't see that being a position that they're looking at.
Which I still can't get my head around, mate. I just that blows my brains out. So we all know Tristan Crama is a centre half, and he was signed to be a centre half. We've stumbled upon him playing right back, and we've lucked out that he's been excellent, right? I get at this moment in time, he probably needs to be playing right back because we've got another couple of centre halves who can play there, but we're struggling at that position. But the club must know that he was signed to be a centre back. So how they're saying we don't need a right back is fucking mental. I don't get it.
This is what I can't understand, though, Ben, because is it Alex Neil? Is it the powers above him told him you're not going to get a right back? Because what was his understanding that Crama's going to come in, be the mobile centre back next to Cooper, and he's thinking, well, Ryan Leonard can play there or Wes Hardy can play there. If that's his thought process, it's a real weird one. I really thought at the time he was thinking, I don't need a right back because I've got a right back in Crama. He's doing a great job, and we've signed a Caleb Taylor to play at the back alongside Cooper. So when he said I'm not going to play a right back or buy a right back, That was my thinking. My logic was you're going to bring a £3 million centre half who's going to replace Japhet Tanganga, and we're going to keep Crama at right back. But he's not fucking playing Caleb Taylor.
Well, that's what I was saying. So reading that statement,
yeah,
he's saying that Caleb Taylor and Cooper are the immobile of the two. Just effectively, that's what he's saying, right? And they cannot play together. Which, if that's the case, why have we signed Caleb Taylor and why have we not tried to sign a mobile centre half or a right back? If Tristan Crama is going to play at centre half and be the mobile centre half, which he's saying here, which is fine, that's where he's been signed to play. Why have we then not signed the right back? So either which way you work this out, it doesn't make any sense. It's
a complete fuck up, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That's what it screams to me. And then going back to the wider point, well, Angelo, I 100% agree. The only thing I would say is the reason why we probably aren't going 3-5-2 is the injuries, and we haven't got enough midfielders to do it. But again, it goes back to the RBW point, mate. You've said it before. His main position is central midfield. Why could he not be one of the three? So again, it just doesn't make any sense to me what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it in the minute. Whether it be recruitment, the players we're picking, formations, it just doesn't nothing adds up to me at the moment. And I haven't felt like this with us for a while. But reading that and what he said there, I just can't get behind the logic of why we would then sign a similar centre half to Cooper if he knows that Crama's going to be the mobile centre. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
And again, we don't know this for definite, but from the outside looking in, when you kind of add it and you piece it all together, Angelo, all you can think of is Caleb Taylor. He's not a player for now. He's a player for the future. He's the replacement for Cooper in a year or two.
What I saw of him against Crystal Palace, he's for now, mate. In my opinion,
was brilliant.
Just to jump in on that as well, Joe. Sorry, why would Caleb Taylor leave West Brom, where he's been sat on the bench and out on loan, and join us and sit on the bench? It doesn't make any sense. Again, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I don't get it. I would love it to have an opportunity to have another fans forum with Alex Neil, like we did with Neil Harris. I know it was towards the end of his reign a little bit, where we just asked his questions to get some answers. I think we're all confused. We're confused why Racebank Williams is not getting minutes. I mean, he should be starting, let alone getting minutes. Let's be honest. If the team were flying and doing really, really well, you could say, you know what, you got to wait your turn. But fuck me, they're not performing. They're not scoring goals. They're not doing anything. You've got your most creative technical player at your disposal, and you're not using him. And then you've got the whole Crama situation. You've got no right back. You've got nothing going down that right-hand side at all. You've got one player that can do the job there, which is Crama, but you're playing him centre-half to compensate alongside Cooper. When you've got Caleb Taylor can play there, Kamal Grant can play there. You've got options there. So for me, is it Alex Neil? Is it the formation? Is it the choice of players that he's picking, Angelo, at the moment? Where do you see, what is it? I can't understand it. He doesn't come across as a stubborn guy, does he, Alex Neil? No. I'm sure he won't,
And listen, we're not on the training ground, are we? We don't know what goes on the training ground. But, all I'm judging things on is the performances have been crap in the league. I don't care what anyone says. They've been crap. Yeah. We don't create many chances. I know all these stats are showing that we do create chances. To my eyes, we don't create chances, not good chances anyway. And, a £3 million £defender sitting on the bench. I don't get it, mate. I don't get it. And we've conceded 9 goals at home, and we've got a £3 million defender scratching his nose on the bench. I don't understand, mate. I don't understand.
And
he doesn't come across as, I'm not one of these people that believe, he gets told who to play. He has to play the one that Gallon signed.
He's his own man, isn't he? You can tell,
Yeah.
He'll make his own decisions. And I
feel there's another comment there, Howland as well. What I've seen from him, he looks excellent. Why has he not been on the bench?
Yeah. I want to ask you, Ben, and again, there's another theory, a conspiracy going around at the moment, where the reason why the likes of Negley are getting picked, and even Smallbone coming on yesterday rather than Reece Bangura-Williams, is because they're paying out a lot of money for these players. They're paying higher wages, and they kind of need to make it work. So they're getting priority at the moment. They're getting more game time. They're getting picked more above and beyond the younger youth players that are coming through. That's not costing them a lot of money. They're not paying them huge amounts of wages. Do you think there's any truth in that, Ben? Can you see that possibly be another reason why?
Potentially, mate. And again, like I said, with Caleb Taylor, there will be an element of small bone. If he's signed for us, he will want game time, right? And by the way, I really like Smallbone. I think he's top draw. He was so good for Southampton. If we can get any sort of that part of Will Smallbone, we'd have done all right. But yeah, possibly, mate. I don't think we'll ever know that, right? But I think from a player's point of view, when you sign a player, there will be an element of game time being promised. Would he have signed for us if he wasn't promised game time? My bigger issues are like what you spoke about earlier, mate, with Amaku, Negley, those sorts of players who are playing and not doing it, and we're still not changing it. So
that's right.
That's where like you said, they've played every minute pretty much of every game. It's not like they've got 4 or 5 goals and assists and they're doing the business for us. Then you say you can't really change a winning team, but we're struggling. We're not creating anything. We've scored 1 goal at home all season, which was from a set piece. We've not scored an open goal from open play. Sorry, a goal from open play. So it's not working. We need to change something. So you've got to get your creative players in there. You've got to change your creative players. That's where we have a problem. But as I say, if it is a case of players are being promised game time, then that's fundamentally wrong, and that needs to change. But we don't know that.
On a positive note, we've now got Billy back. Yeah, it was great to see Aziz back. Yeah, he's very important to us. You know, I don't think Casper's a million miles away. You know, we are starting to get a bit more of our core players back, but yeah, things have to change, mate. On Saturday, you know, there's no excuses. If it's the same team that rolls out on Saturday, I'm gonna have to start questioning Alex Neil, mate. I'm sorry. You know, if there's no changes made.
When you say change, Angela, are you changing the personnel or change your formation? Because you quite like the back 3 formation, you're saying, against Palace.
But Joe, I've said it. Yeah, you've got to accommodate. You've got to make a system where you can get your best players on the pitch, mate. And I think we need them 3 centre halves on the pitch. Yes, right back is a problem. But you could put Crama in right back, and you could put Lenny in the back 3, or you could bring Grant in. But I'm just getting this feeling, mate. He doesn't want to play Crama at right back, mate. I'm just getting that feeling, mate.
Yeah, which is it's something I can't understand. You know, I get the philosophy of having a mobile plan alongside Cooper, but it's to the detriment to us getting the right back getting forward and overlapping and getting crosses in at the moment. We've got nothing down outside. You know, we really haven't. Next player I want to talk about is Mihailo Ivanovic. He had a couple of chances second half, one on 71 minutes, one on 86 minutes. Ben, what did you make of his performance? Obviously, we've been used to sort of Coburn in the last sort of 2 or 3 games, and Ivanovic gives us something different to what Coburn gives us. What did you make of his performance yesterday?
Non-existent. There's nothing more to say about that than yesterday's performance, but he's been like that all season, mate. So I think I want to talk about him as a whole, really.
Can I just ask, do you blame him for that, or do you blame the team? Because I didn't see many players around him. Again, the point I was making about my dad said that cross, when Negley went down the right-hand side to cross the ball in, he was literally surrounded by 3 or 4 players, defenders, and not one player was anywhere near him.
Well, again, someone, as I say, that I always dig out is Amaku for not having the quality, but the 2 balls he did put in of quality last night that went across the 6-yard box, I expect my number 9 to be tapping those in, right? So,
yeah, fair comment, yeah.
Yeah, as I said, last night, non-existent. I just want to talk about the Coburn and him dynamic. People love to get on Coburn's case, but
yeah,
Coburn works hard, and I don't see that from Mihailo at times. Last night, we might as well, Anzo was joking about Man City not playing with any forwards. We might as well not bothered playing with a forward. He's that non-existent. When he's not on form and not playing, he's nowhere to be seen. And that's the issue I have with Mihailo. I know he's a young kid. He was brilliant last year. He's got his contract. Let's just hope that all the transfer speculation, or we believe transfer speculation, was causing him some off-the-field issues, and he's now going to turn it round. But he needs to pull his finger out of his arse and do it quickly, because, again, the way that we play, when we get it into the forwards quite quickly and direct, we need someone up there to hold it up. And it's like a fucking boomerang at times with him. It goes up, comes straight back. And yeah, he needs to pull his finger out because performances haven't been good enough. Yeah, concerning from my perspective from him. I'm sure he will turn it round. As I say, as a young lad, let's just hope that all the transfer stuff was affecting him off the pitch, but he hasn't been good. Interesting
though with Ivanovic, I often feel he played best when he had Coburn alongside him.
I think he's best with a 2, 100%.
Because when Coburn's alongside him, Coburn's is kind of the target man, if you like. He likes to do the dirty stuff and winning the headers, all that stuff. And I find Ivanovic, rather than play with his back to goal, he's playing on the defender's shoulder. And
my argument with that, Joe, is into the 2 balls that Amaku's put in the box. I'd expect him to be there and knock them away. We're saying he's a finisher, right? Out of the 2, he's not. So he can't not do one and not do the other as well, because then you get what he's doing at the moment, which is fuck all. So he's either got to hold it up for us, or he's got to be the fox in the box and sniffing around those chances when we do get quality in there.
Or do both. Let's be honest. Do both.
Well, yeah, I mean, that'd be the ideal, wouldn't
it? You're paying all that money. You've been touted as a 15, 20 million pound striker. You should be doing both. Andrew, before we get to your points on Ivanovic, Ian Gare, Coventry fan, just written in. Ian, cheers for joining us, mate. If you can, like and subscribe to the channel. Everything we make for this channel goes to Cancer Research UK. So just do your bit by giving a like and a subscribe, please, mate. He says, Coventry fan here, watching that game again, it was never a 4-0 game, but the essential difference is the quality in the last third. And Ian, I'll make you right. We all agree with you there. Yeah, there was the big difference. You guys were ruthless in that final third. You took your chances. I think I had some stats here where I think we had 3 shots on target. We had 3 shots on target. You guys had 5 on target and scored from 4 of those. So you were ruthless, and we were quite wasteful in our approach. So yeah, cheers for the comment. Andrew, what's your thoughts on Ivanovic yesterday, please, mate?
Do you know what, mate? He's very frustrating because in pre-season he looked the real deal again, didn't he, mate? Yeah, and there was that clip against one of the teams in Spain where he's almost like elbowed this geezer and knocked him on the floor. Yeah, and I thought that's what you need to do, mate.
That's what you want. Yeah,
he gives it the old Mitrovic. Yeah,
the crazy.
If he could have 20% of the horribleness of Mitrovic, then he'd be blinding, mate. But he's too weak. He's too soft. He's too nice. I've seen him loads of times picking up opponents off the ground. Fuck that, mate. Yeah,
he's got to stop doing that.
A bit nasty. But I have no idea what's happened to him. Yesterday, he had 3 chances, mate, yeah? There was a chance where he could have took a shot in the first half, and then he decided to play it out wide to Imaku when he should have shot. He had this absolutely pathetic attempt from the corner of the 6-yard box where he took a first-time shot and it's just swerved wide. And then he had a chance with a header where I think the ball hit him in the face because he didn't anticipate it because it come over a Coventry defender. It's just very, very poor. And also that really brilliant cross from Imaku in the second half, he was the closest to getting on it, and he didn't make any attempt to get on it, mate, which I'll point out in my analysis video because that was so poor from him, mate. That should be a tap-in, And like I said, everyone's giving Imaku stick, but the geezer should have had an assist there as well, But yeah, he's we were looking for 20 million, weren't we, for Ivanovic? We'll be lucky if we get 200k, mate, if he carries on like this.
I agree. Camille Negley, guys, what did you make of his performance yesterday? And we spoke loosely about him earlier. There was 2 sides we saw of him yesterday. We saw the first half where he looked quite lazy, didn't show any determination, wasn't really getting on the ball much. Second half, something sort of happened. There was a spark inside him. He still lacks that kind of little bit of pace that we kind of need from him, but he was trying to make things happen at least, weren't he? What do you make of that, Angela? What do you make of what you saw of him yesterday?
Yeah, I think it's exactly what we spoke about earlier, mate. First half, he was okay. He had that very, very good cross, which Kundal just couldn't reach, where he's cut back and crossed the ball over. Second half, I felt, in my opinion, he was trying the hardest out of the second half. Whatever was said at half time, I felt like he probably took it on more than any of the other players. He had some nice touches. He had that really good shot, which hit the post, then bounced on the goalkeeper. that Coventry goalkeeper was giving it to all the Millwall fans as well. So I hope we fucking stuff them at their place. He was giving it all that to us the whole game. He's turning around.
Was he?
Yeah, prick.
Right.
But yeah, I thought he was. I thought he was okay. Like Ben said, he's technically very good, but the big thing is he's got no pace, mate, and not a lot.
I think if he had pace and strength and power, he'd be a good player. I think technically, like I said, very. Well, this is it. This is the difference.
Look, you know what? I don't want to compare him to this player, right? Because you're not going to think I'm fucking mad, right? But you know, Bernardo Silva at Man City, yeah. Like he's got them close control skills, and he hasn't got no pace. So he's got
a bit more pace on the dribble, though. At least he go past a player. You just feel with Negley, he just can't get past a player. Like he's just there's no burst. There's no burst of speed. You need that even just over like 5 yards, which he doesn't seem to demonstrate at all, does he?
Although that little cutback he did for the cross, that was skillful, mate. Where
good feet.
He's a good defender.
Good feet, Angelo. Only good feet. We're not denying that. Technically, he's a good player, but he hasn't got that stride to get past players and
also
Joe.
Joe, he's on top.
Sorry,
and he's our top goal scorer as well, mate.
He is somehow. It just shows you how how shit we are at the moment. The fact that one of our worst players is our top goal scorer. You just can't make it up, can you? And then followed by Ryan Leonard. Yeah, there you go. Unbelievable. Yeah. Ben, thoughts on Negley before we move on to the next player?
Yeah, I think we summed it up earlier, didn't we, mate? For me, he lacks pace to play out wide, and especially at the moment where we've got troubles at right back. I think someone mentioned in the comments, if you want Negley to play in that right-hand side position, sort of play inside right, if you like, and you want a full back up the pitch, we don't have that at the minute, so it doesn't make sense again. I think he's really good technically. I want more from him. I know he's not the sort of player who he's going to be smashing people and getting stuck in. I get that. But I want to see him central for me. He can affect games. He's good technically. Yeah, I want to see him inside the box. Not inside, but inside the box, the lines of the box, if that makes sense.
I agree with that. Quick question here. Andy Herbert says, question, and I thought about this question in myself, Andy, earlier today, is do you think we've lost something since Harris?
I think Chris summed it up in his post-match, didn't he? He said the recruitment's been good, but they've tried to remove the Millwallness and the toughness from, not remove it, but we have probably naturally removed those sorts of players. And at the minute, it's probably affecting us.
And Joe, do you agree with that?
Sorry, Joe. I was reading his comments, right? And do you know what? You know the right back, yeah. Denor played right back once upon a time, and Billy Mitchell can play right back.
Yeah. But they don't want to play. They don't want to play right back, do they?
We're getting all these midfielders coming back slowly.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, make a system to accommodate all your good players. Maybe we put Denor or Billy Mitchell at right back. I don't know.
Well, there was a time, I can't remember who it was against, it might be against Stoke, where I'm not sure there was an injury or something, but Casper had to fill in at right back. I do remember that game. And after the game, I'm not sure, one of the coaches, I think it might have been Harris at the time, spoke to him, said to him, he'd done really, really well there. And they were really impressed. But he actually played right back when he was really, really young. So when he was a youngster, he actually played a right back, and then he moved into a centre midfield role. And he sort of joked to say, look, I don't want to play there again. I'm happy to help out now and again, but I don't put me there, basically, is what he's saying, He always plays centre midfield. So, interesting. Guys, I want to brighten the room up, okay? I want to brighten the room up. It's been too fucking, depressing, and we're slagging players off at the moment, which I don't like doing, but I think, we've got to call it as we see it, yeah? The only bit I really enjoyed about yesterday was, for me, Derek Matmazu Sacco, aka Del Boy. This is a kid, like I say, he's 20 years of age. He's come over from France, can't speak any English, and he was running around that pitch like he really wanted it. He was working hard, putting tackles in, winning balls, getting on the ball, playing the ball. He was always looking for the ball. That's something else I picked up on him. When our back four kept fucking about going left to right, left, right, left to right. He kept going sideways to receive the ball, and he wasn't even getting the ball. He was demanding the ball, and they would ignore him and pass back to Cooper, or then go back the other side, and he'll go back to the other side to get the ball, and then only occasionally he'll get the ball back. But the point I'm making is he wasn't shying away. He was comfortable. He was confident. He wanted the ball. Every time he got the ball, he didn't lose the ball. He either kept it well, or a quick little 1-2 pass to somebody. He just looked a player. He looked classy. I don't know whether you guys felt the same way.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, mate. What I love about the kid, mate, is he rarely loses the ball, mate. And
great touch.
Yeah, he's always available. Nice little neat passing. He does lack. Does he lack a bit of pace, Joe? Is he fast?
I don't think so. We saw that run against Palace, didn't we? We did that 1-2 with was it with West Harder? I can't remember what it was now. But he run down that right channel and he took their fullback on. He looked quick then. That was like the 75th, 80th minute of the game. He's got enough pace. I think he doesn't need any more pace than what he's got. If that makes any sense. Playing in that raw midfield. He looks very, very skinny and very, very slim, but he's strong. Yeah, you don't see
strong, mate. Definitely.
Yeah, you don't see him getting pushed off the ball very easily. No. He wins his battles. His 1v1s. It's a testament to him that Alex Neil's played him, started him yesterday, which again shows you he obviously rates him. So I do feel that yes, there's a lot of negatives, but can we say that's a positive, Ben? Is that one positive?
Yeah, no, I do think it is a positive, mate. If you think about. Listen, he's clearly been signed with the future in mind. He wasn't going to be starting in the first team. He's been forced to play. He can't speak a word of English. And as you said, mate, he looks fit. He looks strong. He looks like he can get about the pitch. He shows some quality at times. I think he does need to improve a little bit when he's on the ball, but he doesn't look bad by any means. So, yeah, listen, out of all the negatives we've spoken about tonight, I think Del Boy is one to be positive about in the future. He looks like a decent find for us. As I say, we sometimes lack legs, don't we, across the pitch. We've said it for years, but he looks like he can get about. He looks like he's fit, strong, mobile, which football is now. You have to be that, and then a footballer second. So, yeah, like what I'm seeing from Del Boy. And again, I hope he can stay in around the team, right? And I know Casper's going to come back and all that sort of thing, but we've been calling out for someone in that midfield to get up and down for a while. And as I keep saying, he looks like he's fit and mobile and can do that. So, positive signs with Del Boy.
Yeah, no, I like Del Boy. He's got this kind of continental style to him as well. You notice that? Like the ball he kind of puts his foot on the ball, doesn't he? Like he sort of rolls it with the sole of his feet. He's got, he's very, very comfortable with the ball. A lot of players, they treat the ball like it's a hot potato, don't they? They kind of get the ball, they want to get rid of the ball. They get the ball, they want to get rid of it.
Our players,
whereas he gets it, and he's quite happy to hold on to it, take a couple of touches, and play the right pass or whatever it might be. I just like his confidence and his style. Do you know what I mean? He's just a very, 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 very good player. There was again, yes, mate.
If we want to turn a bit of positivity in there, right? Because we have been like roasting everybody.
We need some.
Yeah. So let's look at the positives, right? We haven't been playing great this season. We played 8 games, yeah. We're sitting comfortably with 11 points, yeah. We get a win on Saturday, we can get into the playoff positions, yeah. We've got a major problem with our home record. Obviously, that needs sorting. Away, we're 6th in the away table. And obviously, we're undefeated away from home. So we're grinding our results away from home. So the positives is, I do believe we have got a very, very good coach, yeah. Is we've had a below average start. We've had a horrendous home start, but it's not the end of the world. We got players coming back, yeah. We've definitely got players coming back. We've also got an international break coming up after the West Brom game. That's going to allow even more time for people to come back. So it's not all doom and gloom. I don't want it to be like everyone like slitting their wrists, but I think, and also that was our first defeat in 4 games last night. Yeah, our first defeat in 4 games. So although we got smashed at home 4-0. It's not the end of the world,
No, you're right. And again, maybe it's just our own high expectations of how we thought the season was going to go. But when you look at it, really, and of course, result doesn't help yesterday. when you look at where we are, this is the home table. Okay, 4 games at home. We're 17th at the moment. We've won 1, lost 3, scored 1 goal, and conceded 9. So we are. I think there's only one other team that have scored 1 goal at home this season, Sheffield Wednesday. They've got a very, very similar record to us, but they've drawn 1, haven't won 1. And you look at Blackburn, look at Norwich, look at Sheffield United. These are massive clubs that have lost all their 4 games at home. You know, I've got worse records than us. So as bad as our home record is, it isn't that bad. And then I'm going to show you the away table now. We're 1 point behind the top team, West Brom, at the moment. So our away record is we've won 2, drawn 2, scored 5, only conceded 3 with a +2. We're at 8 points, joint second, just behind West Brom. Now, the only concern is we've got a poor home record. Who've got the best away record in the league at the moment? Who would play Saturday?
What you're saying is, mate, it's nailed on home win, yeah?
You know what?
Well, I'm trying to be positive, but I can't help but be negative again.
Yeah, well, I'll turn it positive, mate. Law of averages, we've got to win.
We've got to win. At the moment, on paper, everything's telling me we're going to get fucking smashed 6-0 on Saturday.
Joe, let me give you another one, mate. Let me give you another one. So at the Den this season, there's been a 1-0, a 2-0, a 3-0, a 4-0. So on Saturday, it's going to be a 5-0. And I hope, it could be a 0-0. Could be a 0-0.
I was about to say, more likely be 0-0.
Yeah. They say, don't they, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And I think that's exactly how I'm feeling at the moment. You know, it's it's
not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Although we've been like a bit neggy, it's not the end of the world.
I was about to say, right. Just to add on to Angelo's.
So Ben, you might know this, Ben. I think we've probably got more points than we had this time last season. I don't know, because we had a bad start last season.
We're notoriously bad.
We need Stato for that. Unfortunately, he's busy looking at spreadsheets tonight, isn't he, and graphs and stuff. Unfortunately, but it is a comment. Look, having mentioned Jones, if you become our manager, would you have done better with all these new players and got better results with them? What's your thoughts on that?
No.
No.
I hate him. I was a big fan of getting him in. I thought we were nailed on to get him, and he's just such a prick, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is a prick, but he makes his team so bloody hard to beat, mate, honestly.
He gets them ticking, doesn't he?
Huh?
He gets them ticking, doesn't he? He gets
he gets his players doing the ugly, angry stuff, you know, which is what we need. We actually do need, like, we could do with him sorting out Ivanovic, you know.
Yeah. So, what other players? That was it. Joe Bryan. What was your thoughts on Joe Bryan? I think, he got an early yellow. It's very difficult, especially for a defender to pick up a yellow card, to sort of, keep that level up. But I thought his delivery from the left-hand side at times was fantastic. He did what Doughty did at the beginning of the season. He put some lovely balls through to Ivanovic and trying to get balls through to Marco up the line as well on a few occasions. Defensively, I didn't think he did too badly. I don't recall him kind of losing out much. You know, he won a couple of headers. What did you make of him, Angelo?
Do you know what, mate? I keep forgetting that we got Doughty. I just forget that.
I know.
Wow.
Exactly.
And can I say something? I know a few people in the chat took the piss out of me about Billy Mitchell right back and all that. But you know Doughty, when he was at Fulham, they did used to switch him left back and right back, mate.
Did they?
They did, mate.
Really?
He actually played right back against us one time and played really, really well. But Joe Bryan, I thought Joe Bryan had a good first half, mate. But I just thought he was okay yesterday. You know, I don't think he done anything horrendous. It was a bit of a nightmare in getting such an early yellow card against Sakamoto. He managed to deal with it. He done a couple of nice little neat passes into the box. I think he slipped one through the knee for it might have been Langstaff or Maku.
I think it was Ivanovic. He put a few there. Ben, what's your thoughts on Joe Bryan? Before we go to you, sorry, Jeff Chandler just said, I've been watching Millwall for over 60 years. I'm sick of hearing we let go of Millwall type players too soon. We either try to move on and progress, or we don't. No one has a crystal ball. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's something we spoke about for a long time, right? This Millwall type player is holding us back. But I mean, there needs to be an element. My only comment to that was that there needs to be a balance, right? And we've spoken about that on this show all season, about the balance of maybe where our recruitment's gone and some of the players we have let go. I know there's circumstances behind contracts and what certain players were offered and all that sort of thing, but there needs to be a balance in everything you do, right? And that was all I was trying to get across. And to the original question about Brian, I don't think him and Amaku get on personally. There's so many times where Amaku goes in behind and then Joe Bryan's knocked it short to him and vice versa. They just don't seem to be clicking for me. I do like Joe Bryan. I don't think he's ever the problem for us. I know a lot of people get on his back. He's very good technically. He's very in and out defensively, but I feel like he either plays a 10 or a 4. There's nothing really in between with Joe Bryan, is there? No. But listen, I thought he did all right. He technically did a couple of decent things. Defensively, looked weak at times last night. But as I just said, I think that's Joe Bryan in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Joe, I think Alex says we had 8 points from 8 games this time last season. So we're 3 points better off.
Where are we? Here we go.
Alex S. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. Maybe we should be half full.
I think just on that, the half full thing. I think it's if the club hadn't have done and said things in the summer, which they had said, right? I don't think we all would have had such high expectations, but they did. And
what they say, just for the listeners that probably don't know what you mean?
Well, like the Fairbrother interview and things like that, Joe, of saying that squad's going to be in a much better place. It's an exciting season. We're not going to be the underdogs anymore. All those sorts of things, coupled with how well we finished last year and how close we effectively did get to making it in the playoffs. Obviously, more new signings, whether we like them or not, but we still have made more signings. So all those things, mate, expectations naturally do go up. So the club can't have their cake and eat it. Say we're going to be better, expect more, and then when we do expect more and we're not happy with how things are going, so there needs to be balance. I've said that before, but they can't have it both ways. The club, they've risen our expectations, and rightly so, because we are changing and we're doing things in a better way, whether you view it like that or not. I think most of us here do. But as I say, expectations have gone up. Therefore, we can and do have a right to criticise when we've been poor. And we have been poor in a lot of games, even when we've won, like Angelo said. There's only really been a couple of spells. Palace game as a whole, we were good. The last 20 minutes against Charlton, we were good. And the last 20 minutes against Norwich, we were good. So it's not like we've been consistently good this season and we just haven't had the results. We've been very, very poor at times as well. So I think we do have a right to have a little bit of a moan. But there is positive signs there. We haven't had a squad, right? I think Chris said on his post-match, we haven't played the same 11 back-to-back in league games this season. So we must be the only team in the league that's done that.
Which, if you remember, under Harris management, he used to do that quite often. He will stick the same 11 week in, week out. You know, even though there were clearly players that needed resting, he wouldn't. He was happy to go and go again, weren't he, every single time, you know? Also, another question is why Ballo wasn't involved yesterday?
Yeah, weird one, mate. Don't know. I don't think
because again, for what I've seen of it, another player, I thought he was brilliant against Palace. I thought he was excellent against Watford when he played. He looks bright. He looks hungry, a bit like Del Boy. He seems up for it. You know, he's determined. Yeah, some mentioned in the comments there earlier. Yeah, Del Boy's playing for the shirt. I think Ballo's playing for the shirt. You know, I think they want to impress. They want to do well. You know, but again, he's not brought on. But again, time and time again, he's persisting with Negley and Amaku. Surely those two need dropping, don't they, Angelo? Negley and Amaku. Again, they're fighting for their place. At the moment, they're not so much Amaku because Amaku does work hard, but Negley's almost expecting just to kind of just start. He doesn't. It's not like he's fighting for his shirt, is he at all?
He did drop him for Swansea, didn't he? He was on the bench at Swansea, Negley.
Was he?
Yeah, he played small game, didn't he? Yeah. Barlow, mate. Against Palace, he made 2 great assists, didn't he? And really, both of them should have been goals. When Negley went through on goal and put it wide, and then Coburn got his feet all mixed up, didn't he? So listen, early days for Barlow. It does concern me how lightweight his physical stature is, but but no, he crossed the ball for the assist for Cooper against Swansea.
That's right. That's a great cross in as well. When it's back post, that was.
Mate. I'm surprised he didn't show.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Do we talk about Bender? I mean, some of them were blaming him for the goals. Was he at fault for it? I mean, what do you think?
In our chat, there was a few people blamed him on the first goal. I have no idea you can blame him on the first goal. He's nearly got a hand to it when he's dived down. When Sante's going wide, but you can't blame Bender for the first goal. 100% you blame Bender for the third goal. If you're coming out, you've got to make sure you hit that ball. And that it looked. Do you know that was so unlucky, that goal as well, though, wasn't it? When that Coventry guys headed it back. Yeah, it's hit the bar. It can go that way, or it can go that way.
It kind of rolled across the bar, didn't it? Almost.
No, so fucking unlucky, that goal. But Bender did make himself look stupid when he come out like Superman and missed it, mate, didn't he?
Bender screams to me he's a cardboard cutout of George Long.
No,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
As many good saves and unbelievable worldies as he will make, he will have a howler in him. He's. Oh, I might have been a bit harsh there. The George Long comparison.
The only person that'd be as bad as George Long in goal, Stevie Wonder. There's no one else you could put in that. There's no one else you could put in that category.
He's got the best agent in the world, and he's gone somewhere else, George Long.
It's Southampton,
mate. All those signing on fees he's getting as well is unbelievable.
It's mad. But George for me, Bender must have won a fucking raffle to be at Fulham. That's all I can say. I mean, he ain't going to be at Fulham anymore, is he? He's another way. He just fucking dumbfounds me.
It just shows you how good Jensen was for us, though, eh?
Yeah.
And how
genuinely. And we used to whinge about him at times, right? Yeah. There's probably a better one. Connor said, Jordan Archer.
Where's that one?
As many good saves as he makes, he's got a fucking howler in him, and that's
I would even say George and Archer is the nearest thing to George Long.
George Long is a million miles the worst.
Yeah.
Then
second.
Yeah. When you mention that guy's
Bender ain't far off Jordan Archer. I'm telling you that now.
Do you think so?
Yeah, he's useless. He's utterly useless.
So we're going for useless goalkeepers. Going George Long number 1, number 2. We're going to go for Jordan Archer, and the third worst goalkeeper in Millwall in our lifetime. You reckon it's Bender?
You think so? Who's worse than him? Denzel, no chance. David Ford, no chance. Casey Keller, no chance.
No.
Do you know else player of the season
Mike Taylor, no chance.
That's true. Even Dave Martin.
Dave Martin, my God. Against Brighton, what he done, that killed me, mate.
I was at Coldborough Lane then that day, and it was howling rain and wind. I'll never forget this. And
do we have to make ourselves even more depressed by talking about this?
That's true. Let's move on. Let's not talk about goalkeepers anymore.
Keepers we've got.
Right. Listen, we're on the 84th minute at the moment, so we're approaching nearly a full time. So I think we've covered off quite a lot today. We talked about the formations. We talked about the players. We talked about the crowd at the moment, being very, very flat, and that not being very, very acceptable. I mean, it's weird. I saw a tweet from Darren Huckabee today on Twitter, and he commented, he played for Coventry and he played for Millwall. And he was like, I can't believe it, 4-0. There's not many teams that go to Millwall at the Den and get a result like that. And I had to reply to him, I said to him, Darren, I said, the Den isn't like what it was when you played there, mate. Like, trust me, like it's soulless. It's like a library, especially on a midweek game. So this old thought process, it's going to be really scary to go to the Den. You're not going to get a win. It's horrible to play at. If I was a fucking player today, I would love playing there. Don't get me wrong. Every home team we play against, and the away support are there, we make it more uncomfortable for the home players.
Yeah.
Because the away support is that good. It's to the point now. I actually enjoy going to away games more than home games at the moment. Not because of the results, but I just think the atmosphere is just, they're just more. They're just even more up for it, and the players thrive off that. But at home, fuck me, like it's just so flat. And and I get the players have got to perform to keep the fans going, but it works both ways, doesn't it? Surely, I don't know.
The only other thing I wanted to mention, mate, I think someone did mention it in the stat earlier. I forget who it was, so I apologise. The last time we won and had more possession than someone else was Stoke last year. I think someone put in the chat.
Really?
The issue we have got when we have more possession than another team is amazing.
How long we've been saying that for, though, Ben?
Yeah, a long time.
Nothing changes.
Even now, mate, where we say we've got a better technical team, we still don't seem to be able to manage it, do we?
I know. I mean, we talk about needing creativity. I'll keep going on about it and bang on the drum, but I will. Race Bangor Williams needs that position. We need some creativity. We need some spark in midfield. But the question I want to ask you guys as well is, how important has Casper De Norre been for us in midfield? And how much we missed him since he's been out? I mean, I believe he's going to be back probably after the international break now. But how important is he to this team at the moment, and how much better will we be with Casper being back? What does he give us that's probably missing at the moment, Angelo?
Well, I think he's got this crazy stat as most interceptions in the whole championship, isn't it? He's he wins the ball. He starts us off on attacks. He's a humongous miss, mate. Absolutely humongous miss. Yeah, there was a funny one as well. They said they should give out free drugs at the Den this season.
I think I saw that one. Where is it?
You know what as well, Joe? Right? We've not at the Den. Sometimes we need the players to lift the fans, right? And
that's what I said. But it has. But there's an argument to both sides.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. They got to give us something to cheer about. But equally, we've got to lift them. We've got to create an atmosphere. We've got to make something happen.
But I agree. But mate, we've only seen one goal. Like you know what it's like down the Den. We see a crunching tackle, that really gets the crowd going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're not even seeing the crunching tackles, mate. So
no, you're right. You're right. Is there any more positivity, Ben, we could talk about at the moment?
Are we wrapping up with positivity? I've got Casper. I'll talk about Casper's positivity, mate. I think one thing we haven't spoke about with Casper is he's one of the senior statesmen now for us, right? He's a leader in that team, so we will get that back from him. And I don't want to keep talking about players that have left, but we spoke about sort of Saville's game management and getting us over the line in games and things like that. It almost feels like Casper had picked up that baton, if you like, and has taken that over. So he's very important for us in answer to your sort of wider question, and it's going to be very important to have him back. And I just, even from a leadership and seniority point, right? You look at that midfield now. Billy's still only young. I know he's played a lot of championship games, but he still is young. Del Boy's come over here, can't speak English, 20 years old. It's an experienced central midfield partnership. So it'll be very, very important when he does come back. Is there news that he's coming back after the international break, did you say, Joe?
That's the rumours I'm hearing at the moment. I think he's going to be available then. They clearly don't want to rush him back, and you can understand that, but there is that's going to look forward to. So hopefully that will happen. And also the point you made, Ben, earlier about that losing those Millwall type players, and we must evolve. And I get that. And Jeff Charner made a comment earlier as well. We've got to move forward. For us to evolve, we don't necessarily need to have these Millwall type players. We're never going to evolve as a club, but sometimes you get a player like Casper De Norre who can give us that extra edge, that technical ability, and make things happen, but still know what it means to become a Millwall player, that still gets it. I think that's the balance, isn't it? We talked about Ben earlier.
Yeah,
it's having that balance.
It's exactly that, mate. Exactly that. That is the word. Tonight's show is all about balance, fellas.
Balancing everything. Everything. I guess this leads us now to just end off by just saying, look, Saturday, West Brom, obviously we want to see a reaction, guys, don't we? Of course we want to see a reaction, but what reaction, forget about the reaction we're going to get from the players, what reaction, Angel, are we going to expect to get from Alex Neil? Because let's be honest, he's the head coach. He picks the team. He picks the players. He picks the formation. Yeah, we argued that Crama should be playing right back. He insists, no, I want to play him centre back. We're arguing that Race Bangura should be playing. He clearly is not. He doesn't want to start him or give him minutes. What reaction are we looking for Alex Neil at the moment?
We need to see some changes, mate. You can't start. You can't start the same team that just got done 4-0 at home, mate. You just can't. You've got to make some changes. Whether it's system changes, personnel changes, there's got to be some changes. The benefit on Saturday is it's a Saturday game. It's a 3:00 kickoff. It's not on the telly, so we're going to get a good crowd. I believe it was nearly sold out a couple of days ago, actually.
I was about to say the club released it on Twitter, Angela. I think there's about 1,000 tickets left.
Yeah, West Brom will
I think there's still time to get a refund. That to return your tickets back. I think is that true? I think I heard that. That's true, isn't it? Yeah.
West Brom, I'm sure, will bring a good following as well. So it should be a good atmosphere. The only thing that I pray, Joe, is that we don't go 1-0 down, mate, because these players are struggling to.
They've got that mindset, especially in the Championship. I think every team that goes 1-0 down, that the team that goes 1-0 up, end up feeling more confident. They're going to see it through and win it. So not going to lose it. And that's something that's been like for a long time. What about yourself, Ben? Yeah, you're Alex Neil. Saturday, what would you be doing if you're him?
Oh, well, I'm same as Angelo, mate. He's got to make changes, right? We cannot start the same team that's just been spanked 4-0. So there's got to be changes. The first 20 minutes is vitally important in that game. We absolutely have to start fast. If we go 1-0 down, I mean, I've seen certain things on social media about Alex Neil and people getting on his back already. So, as I say, if we start badly, it's gonna turn, I think. Or start to turn at very least. So, we've got to start quickly. We've got to make changes, and we've just got to be better in the final third.
Did you guys watch that pre-season game against the Portuguese club at the Den?
Yeah.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah.
Do you remember how we started that game, mate? We was all over them. We were playing like Brazil. We didn't give them time to breathe, mate. We were like all, and then I think we were 3-0 up at half time. We've got to start like that against this team.
Yeah, and we played 4-4-2 that game, didn't we, as well, with Coburn and Ivanovic, did we? I think up front.
Yeah,
from memory.
Yeah, I think they both scored in that game, didn't they? They both scored in that game.
Yeah.
I don't know if Coburn's injured. I don't know.
Well, I haven't heard it. I've read something somewhere that he might have had like a back injury or something, maybe. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
Such bad luck, isn't it? The geezer gets his first goal, which is going to give him some confidence, and like the next game he can't play. It's just.
I know, but look, I think we're there, guys, aren't we? We haven't quite slit our wrist yet. We're still here. We're still breathing. Just about. And
can we tag the Samaritans number in the chat just in case?
Yeah, do you want to put it on there just in case to make sure in case anyone needs it? See him through this week till Saturday. Until we need it again. Look, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, for me, I want to see Caleb Taylor in the team. I want Crama moved back to right back. I want Race Bangura Williams started. I don't care. You could play anyone else. You could put Marku, Negley, Ivanovic, Coburn, whoever you want to play.
Who are you taking out, Joe? Joe, who are you taking out of the team, mate?
Well, I think sadly, you've got to take Wes out. I like Uncle Wes. But I think he's got to come out. Like I said, you bring Caleb Taylor in, put Crama right back. You've got to take Kundal out that team and put Race Bangura Williams in. If you want to keep a Marku, I would even take Negley off and put Ballo and a Marku. If you want to go for, Alex Neil seems to like pace on the wings. If you want to go for that, go for it. Put Ballo one side, Marku on the other side, put Bangura Williams in the 10, get him paired up with Ivanovic. Those two played many, many games for the under-21s before they broke into the first team, and they scored a lot of goals between. They've got a really good understanding, and they showed it when they played together in the first team. And then, of course, your two central midfielders, you got, I guess, one who's available at the moment is Del Boy and Billy Mitchell.
What about Aziz? You're going to give Aziz a start?
I don't know if he's ready to start yet. He didn't. When he came on yesterday, he didn't strike me as like, wow, this is what would be missing. You know, and that's not his fault. You know, he's been out such a long time. It might take him 2 or 3 games to get that going. But I reckon bring him on 65 minutes. You know, give him sort of 20, 30 minutes if you can. You know, see how he gets on. I might make one more change at left back. I want to see Sturgeon there. No offense to Joe Bryan. I think Joe Bryan's a great player, and I just feel Sturge gives a bit more speed and athleticism. You know, getting forward. You know, he's quicker as well. So I'll probably start him over Joe Bryan. Give Joe Bryan a rest.
Who's your striker if they're both fit?
Ivanovic.
Ivanovic, yeah.
But Ivanovic needs the players around him. You've got to have Bangura pushed up really high. You've got to have lots of Ballo close in there as well. You know, Crama on that right side. How many times have Crama put balls in and got assists from his crosses to Coburn or Ivanovic? You know, so that needs to happen, and that's the changes I'll make. Goalkeeper. I don't know if Max Krakombe is available fit now. I think he is, isn't he? Do you mix him up?
You're the only one that pronounces his name like that.
Krakombe. How do you pronounce his name then?
I say Crocombe.
Oh, Crocombe.
Crocombe.
I think Crocombe sounds better.
Yeah, let's go with Crocombe.
Tomato. Does it matter? Yeah, same thing, isn't it? You know. But no, I think that's it. So, guys, in the chat, I need to put a bet on Saturday, and you know what I do? I always go for. You know what? I did this last time against who did we drew 1-1 with? Was it Swansea?
Yeah. I
said in the chat, put the scores in there. The majority went with 1-1, and I said I was going to put a bet on. I didn't put the bet on, and we drew 1-1. That was my fault. So, guys, in the chat, put your score predictions for Saturday. I don't care if you think we're going to lose. Just put it in there, and whatever the majority is, I'm going to put a tenner on that one, and hopefully that comes in. Guys, predictions for Saturday. Angelo, start with yourself first.
I'm going for a 0-0.
0-0.
I don't want it to be 0-0, but
at the moment that feels like at the moment that feels like a 3-0 win, doesn't it? A 0-0 at home.
Yeah, I'm going for. I don't want to go for the 5-0, do I? So I'm going to go for the 0-0.
Right. Okay. Ben, how about yourself?
I'd love to be the 100 goals, 100 points, Ben, but I'm not at the minute. I'm going with a 1-1 draw, but I'm more thinking we're going to lose 2-1. I'll go with a positive 1-1 draw.
A positive 1-1 draw. I love that. I'm going to go for a draw. As much as we desperately need a win, yeah, West Brom got the best
draw, mate. That's 3 draws. We've said 3 draws.
Well, they've got the best away record, didn't they, West Brom? We saw that, didn't we, earlier? We're not too great at home, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw as well. Be interesting what the chat goes for. And let's have a quick look at the predictions. So, Chris Chapman there.
That was me.
Oh, was that you on there? Sorry, I thought that was Chris Chapman there. Neil. Alex S 2-1. I presume that's 2-1 to Millwall. Ben DeViva, where have you been, mate? So much change will take time to improve. Simon B 1-0 loss with Jed Wallace scoring. Oh, don't say that. Ben DeViva 0-0. Andrew 1-1 if we're lucky. Dave Turner gone for 0-0. Chris Brown went for 2-1 loss. Scrape a 1-1 draw. At the moment,
this is so positive, isn't it?
I know.
For the minute I'm going draw, get in.
0-0 from Mother Teresa, bless her. 1-1 Flocky. 3-0 to West Brom.
You've got to back the draw, Joe. It's majority draw.
But is it a 0-0 or 1-1 though? Would you go
you want a correct score?
No, I'll go for a correct score. I did it against Norwich. And I won about. How much did I win, Angelo, at Norwich? Because I kept wanting to cash out. And Angelo kept telling me off not to because he's a poker player, isn't he? And he was like, no, see it through. How much did I win? I can't remember. Is it 180 quid, I think? 160 quid? I think it was,
180, yeah.
Money goes.
It was quite a bit. Yeah, I wish. 5-0 to West Brom for Carl Bracey. That's the positivity we want, Carl. That's it. Well done. What way to end the show, eh?
Can you imagine if that happened? Oh, my God.
Well, you said it would. You predicted that. That was your prediction. I hope for a 0-0. Can't see us scoring. 3-1 win. There you go. Ben out. Is that Ben Green?
Is that
out,
me?
Is it?
Yeah, it's me.
Is that Noah fucker had gone for it, so I'll be the only one who writes it if it's happened. Fucking hell. Fair play. Fair play. So what we're going for? Is it 0-0 or 1-1?
1-1.
Guys, in the chat, before we end off, we're deep into injury time, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's going to be 0-0. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's going to be 1-1. So 1 for 0-0, 2 for 1-1. I'm going to go for the majority. 6-1 Millwall. God, he's on that wacky backy. Cole Bracey. So Ben the Beaver's going for a 0-0. Oh, we've got a 2. We've got a 2. We've got a 2. A 2.
Yeah, it's
2. 1-1, yeah? 1-1. Right, that's it. I'm going to put the bet on. As soon as I end this live, I'm going to put a 1-1 bet. Right. Stick 10 on it. I will do, Callum, mate. I will do. And if I do win the money, I'm going to give you absolutely fuck all. If I do win the money, the first person, I'll tell you what, if I do win the money, the first person that stops me, not you fuckers, not from the Chat with Chaps group, any of our viewers stops me on the next home game, I will buy them a pint. But you got to say, 1-1 was the correct score, wasn't it? And if you say that, I will buy you a pint of your choice. Okay? Can't say fair on that, can I?
Such a nice man, Joe, aren't you? There
you go. So 1-1 draw. I'll go for it. Don't forget, Joe. We all won 10%. No, you're gonna get a pint. I tell you what. If that comes in, I will buy the first 3 people. I can't say fair on that. The first 3 people a pint each, and I'll be honest with that as well. If no one stops me, I don't buy anyone a pint. But the first 3 people that stop me and remind me about the bet, I will buy them a pint. Yeah, can't say fair on that.
The code word is Chaps has had a dick enlargement.
Yes, that's it. You got to use the word. If you don't use those words,
you're not getting a pint.
You're not getting a pint. So the words are Chaps has had a dick enlargement. Okay, right. There you go. Right, anything you want to say before we end off the live bench? Start with yourself first. Anything you want to end off with?
I am going to be a bit positive now. I know it has been a bit of a painful show, but listen, we've had a lot of injuries. Let's just hope that when we get the full squad back, we can start to improve, and we can't be as bad as we have been. So he has got to get better. So a little bit of positivity. That's about as much as I've got at the minute in terms of positive. But I know it's been a bit of a whinge, so appreciate people listening to us moaning about it. But there was a lot of negativity after last night.
I feel better. We said to be therapeutic, and we got it off our chests. Hopefully, the guys in the chat got it off their chest as well. I love Alex's comment. Buy Bender a shot. Oh, he'll probably let it in.
Yeah, he'd definitely drop it.
Yeah, exactly. So, cheers to that, Ben. Thanks for being with us, mate. I really do appreciate it. Angelo, what do you think, Angelo? Come on, you got a bit of positivity, huh?
A little bit, yeah. It's do you know what? It is a little bit like therapy, isn't it? Like we got it off our chest. It was a bad night, wasn't it? But I genuinely don't think it was a 4-0 loss, although it was a 4-0 loss, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
We did have a chance to score a couple of goals. But yeah, listen, we've only lost 1 in 4. We've got more points than we had last season. Things can only get better. We've got lots of players on their way back. So I hope that I'm really wrong about that 0-0 on Saturday. I really do.
Fuck it, Angelo. You've convinced me I'm backing us to win the league again.
100 points, 100 goals from Ben.
I'm back in the room.
Back in the game. Back in the game. Guys, thanks so much. And to all you listeners, guys, thank you so much for being with us tonight. We had 531 people on our live tonight. That's just amazing. That's absolutely brilliant. Just shows you we're all pissed off together. We're all one big happy pissed off family, aren't we? And we help each other, and we air it out, and we feel better for it now, don't we? And look, a lovely donation there from Ben DeViva. Ben DeViva, thank you so much, legends. There you go, mate. Look, you're all legends. Thank you so much. Oh yes, Dave Turner, thank you very much. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. If you're still with us, hit the like button. Thank you, Mark. Again, it all helps with the algorithms. every month Chris Chapman gets a receipt almost of how much money we make on YouTube, and we do get quite a lot, especially from YouTube. We get things from other platforms, but YouTube does help us. But it does help us the more we get likes and views and subscribes and all that sort of stuff. So please do your bit for us, guys. Look, that's it from us. Thank you for being with us this evening. Have a good end to the week. We will see you on Saturday for some more pain. I will put that 1-1 draw bet on, and hopefully I'll lose that bet and we end up winning. So until then, thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Hi, it's Steve Morrison here, and you're listening to Chat with Chaps, chatting Millwall, come rain or shine.